Well, hello there, and welcome to Guitar Safari, and welcome to our Veterans Day show. And Seth, you are muted. Your microphone is muted, buddy. Yeah, okay, I'm going to keep going. So
I'm
anyway,
good now, right? I'm good.
now you're in. Okay, great. And so I want to welcome everybody to our Veterans Day show, which is Veterans Day is today and tomorrow. Veterans Day is tomorrow, and it's Veterans Day here in the U.S. and in Canada. It's Remembrance Day.
So, yes, Remembrance Day. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's go ahead and welcome our folks in the chat. I have Paul McNary in all the caps, and Herb at Fireside Studios, Randy Crooks, Cushman NYC. Let's see, Eddie Fay.
What up, Eddie?
And Ferd Burfel.
Bird.
Welcome in.
What the bird is going on around here?
What the Ferd is going on around here. And Ryan of OU812 and Keith H just rolled in. So welcome in, everybody.
Ryan.
Welcome to our Veterans Day show.
Check it out, Ryan. Do I sound cool? Or do I sound better than just a normal mic? So I'm trying to step it up. Not that I'm going to get to your guys' game level, but I got the microphone instead of the normal thing. Yeah.
And Michael Krause has made it in on a Friday night, huh? All right.
Michael.
Welcome in, buddy.
Who in our chat are actual veterans? Who's served time other than being married? That we know many have been married and served time, but yet not in a military capacity, which could actually be a good way of serving your time. I just think it's just dawned on me.
Well, our buddy Randy Crooks has already left it in the chat for us, right? He was in the Marine Corps.
Holy, the hard to get into Corps.
Yeah.
Right. Like that my buddy's at work is a Marine, and it's not, he showed me, have you ever seen the Marine commercials that they have? It's like it's amazing. You watch 45 seconds of it and you're like, oh, shoot, I can do it. I can jump out of a helicopter. My abs look like that. And you like want to go join up. And then reality sets in and you're like, I'm not a Marine. I think it's for kids that actually are athletic.
And so Eddie Fay says, happy 248th birthday to the Marine Corps and Devil Dogs everywhere. Also known as Tufulhundo, the Hounds of Hell. And so that must mean that our buddy Eddie Fay is a veteran then, yeah.
Well, all right. Dude, that was the way to go. But I just went straight to Hawaii. I moved into a crappy apartment at 18 and was like paying $350 a month, splitting the rent, 1 bedroom to surf. That was my military, dude. Thankful for y'all service, keeping me free.
And my buddy Ferd Burfel, 21 years in the Navy.
Holy Fred Durst.
Really appreciate all the service here. So, I was thinking about this show, Seth, and I said,
21 years in the Navy. Hold on. The Cosmos tells me you have a nice car. I'm just saying. Well, you chose wisely, sir.
There he goes. He probably does. Probably does it out.
All the Navy dudes that I knew had nice cars because they were off on deployment and they had super sweet rides when they got back, like Audis and Porsches and yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they had all that money saved up from being on the ship when you can't spend it, yeah.
And their cars were super nice because they had limited miles on them. They were not used for like commuting because they would go to a ship and that they were on that thing for. Also, Coast Guard. I knew some Coast Guard people that were.
So Michael Krause says, how are we going to critique that mic? It looks like an SM58.
It's a SM57.
There you go.
It is SM58. Yes, and it has a weird. This is what you'll never guess. The Radio Shack. Yeah, buddy. That's not stock.
All right. Welcome in, Martian Murray. Welcome in.
What up, Martian? So this is the microphone that I've had for 8 years that a friend bought me because he was so humiliated by the fact that I had such a huge show. He's a very successful guy. He's Chris Myers. He's a fantastic drummer. And he was just
something really weird just happened with your sound, buddy.
great.
Now it's good again.
Yay. I'm unplugging the mic, I think, by touching it. It's old.
Yeah. You gotta leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I can't help it. I got ADD. I got to touch everything. I got to touch it.
Well, in getting ready for the show, I said, okay, I wanted to see, who else out there for, famous musicians were veterans. And, and I was hoping that we could also honor all the veterans that are among us here in our community. And so if you are a veteran and you're there and you haven't spoken up yet, go ahead and let us know so we can put you up there on the screen and thank you for your service.
I used to know how to play the Star Spangled Banner. I bet you I can pull that shit off.
And Keith H says, great, great. Thanks all that served. And Herb has some advice for you.
Herb, I can't see anything, Herb. I can't see anything, Herb. I've been blind since I was 14. Oh, you mean the microphone. I get it. You mean
that too. And Randy Crooks is first in the chat with telling us, Jimi Hendrix was in the Army. Sure.
He was in the Army?
He was in the Army, yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
And here, not only was he in the Army, right? So this is how Jimi Hendrix get in the Army. He was one of those guys that he got busted for riding in a stolen car, right? And
you used to go to jail for that, but now they're
they would give you a choice, right? Okay, you can go to jail or you can join the Army. So Hendrix not only joins the Army, but he joins to be a paratrooper with 101st Airborne.
Paratrooper?
Yep.
That sounds like that's kind of one of the worst jobs where they like just drop you down or somewhere it's not where it's gnarly. But I mean, worst or best depending on your mindset towards that job. But that's hardcore, dude. That is. I can't even imagine. I've stepped up to the edge of a cliff and jumped off with a hang glider, and that's not that hardcore as being on a plane, getting ready to jump off into some stuff.
So he did become a paratrooper, and he would play gigs outside of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And after the military didn't quite work out for him, he wanted to play guitar, and so he ended up getting a general discharge under honorable circumstances in '62. So he wasn't in all that long, but still.
Okay, so he got discharged, huh?
Yeah,
he got discharged. Oh well, that'll happen. What are you gonna do?
Well, if you don't toe the line, they'll get rid of you. But the fact that he did it under honorable circumstances, that's bueno, very bueno.
Huh.
All right, so let's see. Marcia Murray says, my dad told me all the weed he'd get in the Navy. By the time I joined, they were saying it's okay not to drink in today's Navy.
They had a bunch of weed in the Navy?
Apparently.
Wait, so no one ever told me that. I could have had a freaking military career. I was like into it. I would have been like, there's weed there? Let's go. Was a vet, but not a vet. Like a military vet. But what branch was Fogarty from? I don't know. But we got Corey Wellis, Three Dog Night, Air Force. Three Dog Night, you need those this time of year. It's cold AF, and the all of the resources to turn on your appliances are crazy expensive.
It's funny. I'm looking at this list, right? And it is not in alphabetical order by any shape of the imagination. And it's not, there's no rhyme or reason about where they.
It was like the way that Google sorted it as they found it, because they just searched on Google or something like that. But
so John Fogarty, he received his draft letter from the Army in 1966. And so he goes into the recruiting office to the sign-up desk, to sign up as a desk clerk, right?
Okay.
And so he goes in before he has to go in, and so they bring him in. They backdate his enlistment to the day before the letter, and then he was discharged when he was discharged in '68. So he was in from '66 to '68, and when he got out, that's when he formed CCR.
So do you get a bonus maybe if you enroll versus get the letter? Am I right? Because that's why they would backdate it for him or something. What's the benefit to that?
I don't know. I
would think that maybe it's like, stuff. Hey, if you come down and you're just down to go, we're going to kick down this package to you. But if we send you a letter and say, hey, we're stopping by and picking your ass up and taking you, we're not going to give you the same bonus. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably would have been the latter just because, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm such a hippie. I was raised like my number one thing I was taught as a kid was never hurt or kill or, so where are you going to go with that? I'm not a killer.
There you go. So Wayne McConnell says, hey, fellas, just in the middle of a neck reset on a $50 12-string Raven from the early 70s he got on Safari. And that is how you do it.
Well done, sir. You impressed me. I mean, come on. When you're doing a neck reset on a $50 guitar, it's because you've received a lightning bolt from the universe that's requiring your soul to take on that task. So let's just say that you're doing, the work. That's amazing.
And so Eddie Fay was talking about Jerry Reed that did 2 years in the Army. And so Reed hit the Billboard charts with Soldier's Joy before he enlisted and served 2 years in the Army. His popularity only grew while he was in the service, and he hit the ground running when he got out, right? Career took off. So,
well, that's the way to do it. I mean, also getting good playing if you have that time, right, in the service. A lot of people.
There is a lot of time sitting around waiting for something
to happen. That's kind of like, anything that where you have to be focused in the moment, you kind of need that time to sit around to let stuff cool down for when it really goes down, and then you need it, right? That's why when they run these firefighters ragged, it kind of gets me. Like they send them up to these hardcore forest fires, and it's not like a fire, what you think a firefighter is. When it goes down, you got to be there, but they run them for 4 weeks or 6 weeks. It's crazy. They need to get paid like 3 times the amount over when you go for a certain length of time. Because they're hardcore. What are we going to do? Who's going to put out the fire?
Right. Well, here's the thing. Randy Crooks says both Elvis and Johnny Cash were vets. And here's where I have a connection with Elvis, right? See, because when Elvis went, he was drafted in '58. He did some time out at Fort Hood. And then he became assigned to the 1st Medium Tank Battalion, 32nd Armor, which is part of the 1st Armored Division. Okay. When I went to Germany, I was in the 8th Infantry Division. And then when the 1st Armored Division was going to what they did was they deactivated my division, the 8th Infantry Division.
Okay.
And we reflagged us the 1st Armored Division, and we kept most of their tank units.
So you're basically in like the what was Elvis's unit,
right? Exactly. So if you look,
oh, that's amazing, dude.
Okay, so here, our division patch.
I'll get it out the glare, but so what? That should be like a logo. That's got to be on your headstock or in your thing. That's your division patch, homie.
So both Elvis and I were in the 1st Armored Division.
We should get like the matching silhouettes that they have in the 1800s pictures where the faces are like facing each other with you and Elvis, just the silhouette. And have like the 51 and the triangle below it. Oh my, I can see it. I can see it now. I wish I was a designer. I would just. Sorry, my wife is asking for the link. Can we show? I know Octopus Ears isn't here, but he texted me this picture that's a killer guitar. I don't think he'd be mad at. Maybe we shouldn't send a picture. Yeah, should I text him? Is this stolen?
It probably is.
Did you? Can I show?
Let me finish up with this. So Johnny Cash served in the Air Force from 1950 to 1954 as a Morse code operator. He was supposed to be intercepting Russian communications.
Oh, dude, that'll get your picking hand going.
Here's where it gets even more interesting. Are you ready? He caught the first wired transmission that said Stalin was dead.
Oh, really? What a one to get. So that's a really cool fact to know. Johnny Cash got the message.
Hello, Trev.
Hey, that's a song. Johnny Cash got the call when Stalin died. Who got the call when Stalin died? Somebody's gonna write it tonight, right? Who got the call when Stalin died? Johnny Cash, Johnny Cash, all right, that's a hit.
Yeah, in Vietnam, the weed was apparently all over the place. My father was military, and my father was in the Army, and he was in Vietnam, and some stories.
That's amazing. I heard people came back with like worse habits than weed from Vietnam. There's more stuff over there. Hardcore.
You're breaking up again on your mic.
Hello.
There you go. Okay.
Such a good setup.
Have no idea what you just said, but
such a good setup, dude. This is so solid.
They did, yes, Marcia Marie, they did start testing in the 80s. So you couldn't get away.
Testing for weed. Okay. Yep.
Testing for drugs in general, yeah.
Now you can be in the NBA and have a medical marijuana card because your knee hurts. So times have changed.
Yeah, and Ferd confirms that zero policy started in the 80s.
I remember zero tolerance. I remember you couldn't play football if you had long hair.
See, Eddie Face taking all my material. Yes, Ice-T served with the 25th Infantry Division, though his main interest was still music, and he continued to rap for sure.
Well, isn't it Ice-T also does metal, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Not Ice-T? Isn't Ice-T the little kind of thuggy guy that also does like the cop killer song?
Well, that was his song, and then he left rap to become an actor on Law and Order.
Right, but he did rap, metal, Law and Order.
I don't remember him doing metal.
Oh, well, I would think that I thought I heard that whole cop killer band was hardcore metal. Check it out. Yeah. Like, have you heard Vanilla Ice's hardcore metal album? I bet you haven't. So it's actually really well produced and like really pretty good. The problem is you can't release it as Vanilla Ice and expect it to be received. You know what I mean? You got to ghost release that, because when you're Vanilla Ice, you can't do it. You can't do metal. My rap name is Transparent Ice. Hell yes.
Oh, so Eddie Faye also lets us know that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go back. I didn't mean to do that. Go back to Eddie Faye.
It's all right. Eddie Faye also reminds us that Chris Christopherson was an Army Ranger.
Okay.
Served with the 8th Infantry Division So 8th Infantry Division in West Germany. See, I didn't know he was in the 8th ID, which is interesting.
Chris Christopherson of the Sailing Takes Me Away.
No. That's Chris Cross.
God, wait, Chris Cross, as in
Christopher Cross.
What? Chris Cross will make you jump. Oh, sorry, I got him all confused, dude.
I need a moment. But so another connection, right? I was in 8th ID. Chris was in 8th ID. Interesting. Cool. Just a moment of seriousness here, and Terry, brings it up in the chat. Ben and Amanda lost their father the other day, and so our heart goes out to them. His channel's going to kind of be dark for a while, but let's all go ahead and spend a lot of time watching some of the older catalog and keep those views up for him.
Yeah, hold on. Let's just do a quick. All right, dude. I'm there with you, man.
And so, all our thoughts and, our prayers and sending all the best vibes that way and that way. And so Ryan lets us know that Willie Nelson was in the Air Force. And I remember seeing that earlier somewhere. Yeah, Willie Nelson was in the Air Force in 1950 when he was 17 years old, and here in San Antonio, Texas. But he was medically discharged 9 months later because of a bad back.
That's a thing, right? That's
you love the last tagline on this. Okay, it says, "The word on the street, he's been self-medicating ever since."
Word on the street is that he's been getting away with it, right? Oh yeah.
Welcome in, Gear Junkie for 35. Oh.
Keith H. World War II, his dad was. Drove the soldiers, oh my God, to the shore at D-Day.
So Michael Krause is probably going to safari tomorrow. He's got a jazz master in his mind.
Ooh. Nice. Okay. Brent says, yes, we can show it. So, our friend from L&M Corner just did a purple burst, right? He did a really good job. I was super impressed with that. And that's from Octopus Ears.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Terrible.
It's beautiful. He loves it.
Wolfgang. I mean, hell yeah. I don't see the headstock on there. Is it a Sterling? It doesn't matter to me, really.
Actually. No, it is not.
Hey, what the hell? I mean, I was going on a budget. Sorry, bud. I was trying to save you $2,000.
No, he went full bore on that. Yeah,
I get it. It's
Martin Murray says he ordered his first electric while deployed early 2000s, so the internet ordering was just getting big. Well, thank you for your service, Martin Murray. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah. When internet ordering, I wish people would start internet ordering again. Can we talk about the guitar market just drying up, like being like a ghost town, like a it's thanks Sarah Swift. Oh shit, she's online, dude. We're in trouble now, honey. I filled this up with water. This is water. I'm not gonna be abnormal later. I'll be normal. Gosh, the internet is a weird thing. Where like that right now, I got the true lurkers. I'm a lucky man. I got the hottest wife ever.
Eddie Fay is keeping this show going. Bill Werther is enlisted in U.S. Navy at age 17. He said, "Use me up."
Yeah.
Michael Krause just dropping some wisdom. Weed is not a performance-enhancing drug unless you're a bass player.
Agreed. But do you guys, we all remember, I think, when the snowboarder or some winter sports athlete won and then they took it away because of weed and everybody was like, come on. Is it? I mean, I see that he tested dirty or something, but did it really, was that the reason why he won? If he was stoned, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where people go with those things.
Well, you should
so
be allowed.
H. Dad said his dad was in World War II. He drove the soldiers onshore to shore on D-Day. So
that's hardcore.
Yeah.
That like the beginning of Saving Private Ryan is just so well done, and when you watch it on a big screen or like the right screen and you hear it, it's just like so heavy, kind of puts you there. I can't even fathom what it would be like. It'd be weird to have a VR experience of that to teach people the drama, where like something like I don't know, they could have a big thing that just moves next to you, like something explodes. That'd be hardcore.
Yeah. And Cushman NYC's dad served in World War II in the Pacific Theater.
Nice.
Yeah, I wonder if he ever bumped into my grandfather who was in the Navy. He was on a minesweeper in the Pacific Theater.
Damn. Yeah. So a minesweeper has radar on it, and they go and they look for it, or
yeah, they go and they troll the harbors for mines so that you can get your expeditionary forces in.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sarah Swift, we would like to find out that she is absolutely related to Taylor Swift because we want Taylor to come hang out, maybe kick down a little bit. $511,000 would be super useful. But yes. Mm-hmm. Dude, I think that if I would have joined the military, I would have also been, I don't think I would have been honorably discharged. I'm not sure exactly what the difference is of honorable and dishonorable. I mean, I get it, right? But I'm pretty sure it'd be dishonorable. I would have did something wrong.
Well, put it this way. There's a big difference when you want to go for benefits later on. Right. So, honorable means you got out because either your time is up or you got a medical retirement, or both you and the military came to agreement this isn't the best place for you.
Right. But you served your time. We're going to give you for being here.
Right. But if you did something wrong or you did something really illegal, then you're getting a dishonorable, which means
you meant to smoking weed every day in the 80s.
So you get your very minimal veterans benefits for you if you are dishonorable discharge.
But here's the thing: would they let you just get by and like that? Oh, we know he smokes, but we're not going to test him. Then they test you at the end and kick you out. That'd be terrible. I used to know a guy named G.I. Bill William.
Eddie Fay, I know that must be great. Yeah, all the guys from the Signal Corps and the radar tech people who later got into music, electronics, amps, pedals, all that stuff because they understood the electronics.
Exactly, getting paid. Same thing with cell phone technology and drone technology with the kids now.
And Randy's saying, rumor is Paul's great-great-grandfathers, great-great-grandparents of his cat served in World War I.
They strapped the plans to them and they went through and
I was thinking pulling comma wire, just comma wire to the collar and morning, welcome in, buddy.
Get it together, get your head in the game. Yeah.
And Paul McNeary says Dad was in the Navy from January 41 to January 61. The USS Oklahoma at Pearl Harbor, the USS Hampton in the South Pacific, and the USS Rawl in the South Pacific during World War II. Yeah, but he was only a Navy brat himself for 3 years.
But still, 3 years. 3 years is enough. 3 years is enough to claim it. I'd say you can claim it for your whole life. Shit.
You see, and Eddie Fay, Ferd Berfel responding to Eddie Fay, and Ferd Berfel retired as a chief electronics tech, and that got him into guitars and amps and stuff of that nature. So, yeah, helps.
Yep. Totally. Yeah, it would be not an honor. I'd get a big chicken dinner. Is what they would give me. But I don't even eat chicken, so I would ask for just the sides, please. Damn. Sucks.
And Michael Krause says his uncle was an MP and he fell asleep at his post. Uh-oh.
You know what? Understandable. If I'm your what is it, the CO that's above the MP, I'd be like, oh, understandable, dude.
One of the things you can't do. No, my family is surprisingly it's a very military family. So my grandfather was in the Navy, my father was in the Army, I was in the Army. My cousin is Marine. I have another cousin that's in the Army, that was in the Army.
Yep.
I had an aunt that was a colonel in the Air Force. And, so we're
I don't want to name off all the people that had better responsibility and did more with their lives than me and my family, because it's most of them. I just didn't. I was just like raised in the hippie California zone, but my dad was in the. Oh wait, I think my dad wasn't in the military. He was going to go in the military, but he was actually couldn't go to Vietnam because of his back. But my grandpa was in. My other grandpa was in. My uncle was in. There's a lot of people in, but I just wasn't going to do it because I found surfing and I was like, I'm going to do this. This is what I was going to do. I did drums too, but I was surfing. Yep.
And so Guitar Man 45 was letting us know that his son is a sergeant in the Army, and his father was a combat fighter pilot in World War II, stationed in England. Lots of stories there. Oh, yeah.
That is hardcore combat fighter pilot. So we've all had a little bit of road rage. Can you imagine your job is to drive out and find road rage and actually fight it to the death and then go home? Like, that's what we want you to do in the air.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
Well, I'm going to take us back to my list, right?
Okay.
In the article found, because as I was going through this, I read this one name and I went, oh, really? Because it was like absolutely the last person I ever thought that would have been in the military, right? Okay. Jerry Garcia, right?
Kick that.
He enlisted in the Army in 1960 after dropping out of high school when he's 17 years old. He lasts there for basically 9 months. He gets a general discharge for essentially being the complete opposite of a soldier. And so during all this time where he's not really doing anything in the Army, he's playing guitar.
Of course.
Which he smuggled in. All he did was play guitar all day. So how he got away with that, I don't know. But
yeah, that's how he probably got discharged. Got busted with his guitar and a couple of joints, and they got him out of there. And
nice.
Oh, he flew Mustangs.
Mustang, P-58 Mustangs. Yeah, those are awesome planes. Mm-hmm. And Eddie Faye's General George T. Babbitt was commander of the Air Force Material Command at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio. He was also the drummer for the 60s Ventures, speaking of certain music.
Yeah. Killer. That's a lot of service. Thank you.
And Martian Murray says his grandpa was also Navy, serving during World War II. He believes he was around Italy and didn't get out to find much about service. So, there are some folks that they talk a lot about their service. There's some folks that don't, and it all depends on what you see and what you do and what you think. What you think about that.
Gear Junkie says, "Sorry, you got it."
Yeah, we were putting it up at the same time. Go ahead, you get.
Anyone else got one of the Vave reverb pedals? I don't know. I don't have one, but I totally want to hear it. Hard.
Well, Gear Junkie. I certainly don't have one, but I don't know if there's anybody else have this pedal out there. So,
be right back.
See, I'm looking at the last part of this comment, and I'm wondering, haven't opened it yet. It's hard not to dig in. Well, dig in. Go, by all means. That's important.
Open it up.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, we talked about Jimi Hendrix being in the Army briefly. Yep, sure.
Sorry, dude. I'm still sick. I'm getting over it, but I'm still sick.
Yes, Veterans Day is tomorrow, but we don't have a show tomorrow, so we figured we would make this our Veterans Day program.
Well, also, I had the day off. Did you have the day off?
I didn't. I had to. Well, I didn't have it off. I took it off.
Holy, what the hell? Why don't they give you the day off? It's the observed federal holiday.
Yes, and I work for the state, and the state did not honor it as a holiday for everybody. So I took it off. I made it a holiday for me.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. And Keith H. says his uncle was at Iwo Jima. He's a Marine. He came back sliced up, but he came back, and that's the important thing. Definitely.
Iwo Jima. That's hardcore. I got these. I could put these on, then I can hear when I cut out.
There you go. And Herb of Fireside Studio says he's related to Admiral Bull Halsey, and so hey. We're honoring our veterans and the veterans and their family, sure.
My grandpa Presley, Warren Hubert Presley, I think the first. No. Yeah, the second, because my dad's the third. So.
Yeah, so welcome in Scott Brockway. Welcome in Hit Metalworks. We certainly appreciate y'all coming in. And welcome in John DeShane. Can you believe I missed you when you came in?
Do you guys want to hear my guitar or what?
Yeah, why don't you break this up a little bit? Let's go ahead and let's
have to think now. I want to play a little bit of guitar. Every time I move it.
Love it. Love it. Okay, let's see. And Scott Brockway's got quite a few friends that are ex-Marines. Very good. Very good.
Have to single me out, dude.
Oh, well, you can.
Yeah,
if you're gonna play.
Okay. Oh, you want me to play like a little bit of music?
Nice, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, I think it sounds okay, right? Just minor sevenths, yes.
Get that release from the family, did you?
What do you got?
Did you get that signed release from the family?
But those are my chords. I wrote all those chords there. I guess I'll just have to play just like G and A major.
Is cut down again. Well, so another famous service member, BB King, He enlisted in the Army in 1943 during World War II, but was allowed a discharge later on because back home he drove a tractor, which during the war was considered an essential occupation in the war effort back home.
Essential worker.
And if you're a Limp Bizkit fan,
which who isn't a Limp Bizkit fan?
Of course, you know, how could you not be, right?
I mean,
so Fred Durst joined the Navy at age 18, and the records aren't really clear on this because some say he washed out in boot camp and or served for 2 years because he had or left after 2 years because he wanted to be a tattoo artist. So I don't know what's going on there.
So he says that I should turn off my echo canceling if I'm using the headphones.
When you play the guitar, we need to turn off your echo canceling, and I didn't even think about that.
Oh, okay. But if I don't use headphones, then it's okay. Because the problem is that if I don't use headphones, I don't hear the guitar or my signal at all through the computer.
No, it's the guitar doesn't come through as well if the echo cancellation is on.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that figured out. So the guitar, hopefully it sounded at least better than being in the room.
No worries, Scott. No worries. Internationally Insane Studios is in the chat. Welcome in. He just woke up.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Where is Internationally Insane Studios at?
He is no, I just sent him a package. You would think I would know. North Carolina.
Yeah, you just mailed him something. Maybe
you think I would know, right?
But I get it. Nowadays, you just print it out and put it on and just go.
Yeah. But no, he's a welder that works at night, and so it's just,
that's awesome.
Sleep schedule, yeah. Well, welcome in, buddy.
That's a hardcore job. Welding at night. You're doing something.
Here you go. Terry dropping some knowledge that echo cancellation kills the dynamics of the sound coming through. Yeah. Of course, yeah, Wyoming, Michigan. Wouldn't even close. Oh, all right. So, what else should we talk about? Where should we go from here?
Settings. I can go to settings. I can go to audio, and I can hit the echo cancellation off. Then I'll come back here and see if anything changed. Yeah, your mic is cutting out again. My mic is cutting out again? God.
Yeah.
It's just because I rock out too hard and it's instantly just can't take it. Am I back? I'm back.
So I can hardly hear you. You can turn your echo cancellation back on to talk. So I don't know if you're a country fan, you might know that Johnny Paycheck, who is really famous for the song "Take Your Job and Shove It," was a high school dropout who joined the Navy, and he was actually court-martialed in '56 for beating a superior officer.
At what? At cards? Or
no, for beating up.
There's none of that.
He punched the superior officer, and he spent 2 years in the brig. That'll do it.
Yikes. Well, you get some good tattoos. You get a little bit of exercise. 2 years is about what you need to just kind of get it back together without going too far down the rabbit hole of being incarcerated.
So Michael Kraus wants to know what chorus you're using.
I am using my one. It's just one fly rig. I will make a video of it as soon as I make it to where my chord management isn't so embarrassing that you would drive to my house and slap me. So anyway, it's just a fly rig. It's the let me play a little bit of crunch on it so you can. Oh wait, no, because if I do it, I have to go through the whole echo canceling thing again, how to make it sound good.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing.
Well, another famous guitarist that was in the Army was John Prine. He was in West Germany during the Vietnam War.
Mm-hmm. Take this mic and shove it. Yeah. Well, I think it's just the chord. So because this is a chord that I normally wouldn't use, but I needed the 1/4 inch input to go into the little dealio. And it doesn't accept a XLR. It was a gift. So anyway, it's fine. Whatever. I'll make it work.
we'll just work with it. So is there anyone that is in the chat that either is a veteran themselves or someone in your family that you want to shout out for their service? Make sure you get that into the chat. And Bill says, my son, he thinks his son had boot camp in Missouri at Fort Leonard in the Ozarks, and they sent him to Germany for special training in the artillery.
Wow. Hardcore special training and artillery.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But nowadays, that's completely different stuff. It's all, they're using drones. They're using crazy. Anyway, it's hardcore. Very hardcore.
So, Seth, what do you got? What do you have that is coming up?
Well, since I've got this interface, and I hope to be able to record some videos that really make my guitars sound the way that they should. I want to record some material that people can see on YouTube of like exactly what the guitar is going to sound like, or a really closer than just hearing me play and record in the room. It's not that accurate when you hear it. So hopefully this will help people hear what they're going to get and buy the guitars. Yeah. So yeah, check them out on Reverb. There'll be linked videos to the ad that you can go and or you'll see them on YouTube too if you follow me. Dude, I'm up to 131, and thank all 131.
Internationally Insane Studio says his dad's a Vietnam vet, was in a few magazines in the Grand Rapids Press. All right, he's going to send me a picture here. We'll see with that.
Hey man, I don't really want to ask for money for this, but I just want people to know that if they decided they wanted to contribute to the fund, I have very little money as far as like extra money, but I built this purple guitar, and Ben knew that I was building it for him, and we had a thing. I was like, hey man, help me out, help me get up to 400 subscribers, and maybe send me $400, and I'll send you this guitar that's worth probably way more than $1,000. And with everything that's going on, dude, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can talk to my wife and we can just work it out that we can cover the amount, even though that it's more than probably we've given our nephews for Christmas for a while. But it's sometimes you need something to balance out a shitty time, and so maybe it's time for us to send them up a purple package. So
yeah, that'd be nice.
Into that, they could get to Charles's channel, and we know that it would make it to the right place as far as just do shipping or whatever. But just saying. But I'm gonna do it on my own anyway, even if I got to fight for it, because I built it for a reason, and it might as well be up there with him jamming it than it's sitting here on making me want to play it all the time. I'd send it to him in a year, and it would just be all played in. That'd be kind of messed up. Dude, these frets are jacked. What the hell?
That would be great. It'd be great to get that up to him and get it in his hands so he could play that. I think that'd probably help.
Totally.
And we've got about 10 minutes. If you didn't know this, the OU812 crew is going to be doing a Friday night jam here in about 9 minutes from now.
Hey, Keith, I appreciate you though. Probably Charles.
So go ahead and I'm putting the link for their show in the chat. Be ready to go ahead and go over and see them when we.
They're on right after us?
Yeah, they're coming on right after us. So
fantastic! I mean, Ryan, that's great. That's perfect timing, and thank you for. I know that it's weird. Like, he does shows at all times, and we don't want to step on toes. We actually, I mean, Charles is like the best dude out here because he really designs it not to step on other people, and there's so many other people out there. So we have chosen times that work. Friday is like the only day for me right now. So hopefully someday we'll get Sunday back. But right now we got chatting with Charles happen every Sunday. And we also need to put a word out there for Chatting with Charles is actively looking for participants that want to either send in video snippet clips that are pre-edited and a snippet clip of what's going on with you and what's happening in your area. Who did you meet? Whatever it is that's cool that can go as a roving reporter snippet that hits the scene for his show. Right? Am I right?
Yeah, and that'd be great. And this is that picture that Internationally Insane Studios sent us over of his dad. And so appreciate that.
That was his American flag that they folded up at his funeral. They probably did a 21 gun salute.
Yeah,
that whole deal. When you get something like that, that's amazing.
They did that for my dad's funeral as well. It was really cool.
I will not die with honor. I will die with debt. Because when I hit like 85, I'm running my credit cards up as high as they will freaking go. Can I get $5 million in credit, please? Because I'm old. But does that go on to your kids? I hope that will. But I don't have kids. I don't have to worry about it.
Well, I don't know.
3 of my uncles were non-vets, but they're now, they're all gone. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, my uncle who was my uncle Steve, who's my mom's brother, who was in the military, he was over in Saudi Arabia, and he got caught brewing beer, and they whipped him on his back.
Seth,
right?
Keith H is asking about your PayPal.
I don't have PayPal. That's what I was saying, Keith. I don't have PayPal, but
I missed it. All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure we didn't leave anything out. Oh, here we go. Eddie Fay.
Venmo.
Eddie Fay did 4 years in the Marine Corps, went to college, and went into the Air Force because, one service wasn't enough. And he was one of 13 U.S. Air Force officers commissioned by a Royal Air Force Exchange officer at Officer Training School. And he retired from the Air Force in 2011. Well, thank you for that service, sir.
That's amazing, Eddie. Come on out. Let's go hang gliding. That sounds fun.
Yeah, and so we're all going to go ahead and Guitar Safari raid over in Orion once we finish here.
Guitar Safari raid. That'd be awesome. I'm gonna go and go upstairs and make sure my wife is still not logged on here, hopefully, and log into them and say, "What's up, y'all?"
Let's see. I'm just trying to look. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So his dad died in '83. So it's been a while. Yeah.
Long time ago, though.
Well, coming up on my channel, I have the first 3 coats of clear on the Warlock, and
Nice.
but I'm not liking the way it looks, and so apparently I didn't sand all the sanding sealer down completely,
Right.
and it's created some interesting patterns in it. It just doesn't look right through clear. So I'm going to sand the clear all the way down and try to go ahead and straighten that out. And of course, now I'm in a cold front where I can't really spade clear again. So yay.
Right.
So you'll get to watch a video of me soon about trying to deal with that. So, and I
L&M sand his thing back down 5 times, right? L&M had to sand his back down.
Yeah.
And he just kept at it.
I know exactly where Martin has taken on that because I've been there and been there.
Oh, totally.
So we're gonna go ahead and put some work into that one back, and we'll be able to do that. I did get the back glued onto Charles Green's guitar.
Oh, nice.
And so we're gonna have to sanding seal that, and then we're gonna be getting it ready for clear. So that one is starting to come into home stretch as well. And then
are you sending back just the body, or are you doing the whole guitar?
I did the body and the headstock, and then he's going to build out he wants to build out the rest of the guitar.
Yeah, gotcha.
And it's a good thing because the trem he's putting on it, I wouldn't want to do.
You don't want to mess with it. What is it?
Yeah.
Some Vega trem? Vega trems are easy.
No, Vega trem would be easy.
Yeah,
I think he's going to have a Floyd on it.
Yeah, no thanks. I mean, I actually the other day I said to myself,
no, wait,
I think I need a guitar with a Floyd.
He's going to have you can't. That's not cavity. No. Anyway, but he wants to build. He likes to do his own builds, and so we did the body for him and the headstock, and that's going to be and we'll get that out to him. I'm trying to get it done before the end of the month.
Nice.
Yeah.
Purple crying. Yeah, dude, I miss my dad too. Yep. Seth, how do you sell a guitar without?
Scott, that was a tough year, buddy. I'm sorry.
What?
Oh, I was just
sorry.
Scott Brockway had a tough year in 2011. That's when his dad died and his house burned down.
It's a year, right? It's like you got to go up from there. Oh no, I'm sorry. So I sell guitars mainly on Reverb and locally. So on Reverb, they handle everything and they handle the taxes, which is a main thing, which I don't want to get caught up with at the end of the year with a ton of taxes because my business license essentially exists through Etsy and through Reverb. And then if you come to my house, you're like coming to my house. You're buying a used guitar if you come to my house. So, but it's cool.
Everybody want to thank you
thank you guys for showing up.
Honoring the veterans among you and thinking about those that we've lost. And so thank you for watching the show, and roll on over to Ryan at OU812. Seth, you want to play us out?
Sure. I'm going to play before our other song comes on. This is what should have been our theme song. Oh wait, let me do the microphone and give me 1 minute overtime, okay? All right. 1 minute overtime. Settings, audio, echo. Okay.
Come on, people, Charles and me, about to take you on guitar.
that's the theme song, dude.